Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I get a lot of requests for laser engraved coasters. They're a big seller and they carry a huge profit margin. Now, they go in packs of 4, so I like to work a pack of 4 at a time. Today, I'm going to show you how to design and 3D print custom jigs for laser engraving 4-inch coasters. Whether they're wood, slate, square, round, this one jig will work it all. But before we dive deep into things, I want to thank PCBWay for sponsoring this video. 3D printing is all about precision, and when it comes to custom PCBs, assemblies, CNC machining, and 3D printing, PCBWay takes that precision to a whole new level. Whether you're working on prototypes or scaling up for production, PCBWay has you covered. PCBWay doesn't just support makers like us. They're fueling innovation and bringing projects to life. Thank you, PCBWay, for sponsoring today's video. When you're working with small objects, it's important to have them aligned perfectly. A jig will hold your pieces in place, saving you time and effort, ensuring that your designs are consistent every time. In this video, I'll walk you through the whole process, from designing the jig to 3D printing and getting it ready for use in a laser engraver. But first, let's start by designing the jig. I like to use Fusion 360 for this, but any CAD software you're comfortable with will work. The key thing to remember is that the jig needs to fit the laser bed size and hold the part still. Let's get into it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is click on the sketch, and then I'm going to click a plane to sketch on, and I'll pick this one right here. Now I'm going to go up to create. Going to rectangle, and I'm going to pick center rectangle, and I'm going to lock into the center of my screen. I'm going to drag outward. Where you see the blue numbers, or the blue box with white numbers, I'm going to type in 234 and then hit tab, and that'll put me in the vertical dimension. Go 234 there and press enter. And that's it for that sketch. We can go ahead and hit finish, and now we have a 234 millimeter square. I'm going to extrude that up 6 millimeters. Click it when it's blue like that, type in 6 and click on OK. Next, we're going to draw another sketch, and we're going to click the top surface of our rectangle. I'm going to pick a square. I'm just going to draw it on the outside here like that. I'm going to add some dimensions. I'm going to add a dimension of 102 millimeters. And that'll be roughly the dimension of a 4-inch poster. And I'll add 102 in each direction. Now I'm going to add 2 more dimensions. One from the edge of that square to the center of our large square. We'll make that 5 millimeters, and I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. 5. Great. We're going to hit finish sketch. I'm going to pick extrude again, and I'm going to click inside of that square we just drew. And what I want to do is I'm going to flip my extrusion over, and I'm going to come over here to the dialog, and I'm going to change distance to object, and I'm going to select the bottom surface here, and now we have a cut all the way through. While I'm here, I'm going to click on sketch once again, and I'm going to go ahead and click the bottom surface. Looks upside down, which it is, but I'm just going to draw a circle inside of that square. And now I'm going to come over to create, and I'm going to project and project again. I'm going to click each of the 4 lines that make up the small square, and I'm going to click on OK. Now I'm going to go up to the top, and for constraints, I'm going to click on the tangent constraint. I'll click the circle. I'll click a line, circle again, and pick a different line. And one last time, click the circle and a third line, and there it is. Now I'm going to hit finish. I'm going to hit the home button to put me in a view, and we're going to extrude. Now I'm going to click in each of the 4 corners here. I'm not going to click inside of the circle, the outside corners. And you notice my arrow is pointing down. We want to extrude upward, but I only want to go in 3 millimeters. So it's going to have to be a negative number. I want -3, and we'll press enter. And now we have a pocket for a round coaster and a square coaster. Problem is, I need 4 of those. So let's go ahead and hit create, and we'll go to pattern, and we'll pick circular pattern. Now, over on our dialog box, the first thing we want to do is change bodies, features. We'll click square and the circle, and that's it. We'll click axis on the dialog box, and I'm going to pick this green one right here in the center. And now we got 3, but we need 4. Let's hit 4, and there you go. You can see where it's heading right up now. There we have a usable fixture. But I want one more thing on here. I use crosshairs for aligning. So I'm going to add another sketch. So I'm going to hit create, rectangle, center rectangle, and I'm going to drag from the middle, and I'm going to go outward. I'm going to go 224.5 millimeters. And I'm going to do that in both directions. And now I'm going to add one more exactly the same way, except this time I'm going to go 223.5 and 223.5. And that's it for that sketch. What that did was it gave me a 1 millimeter trough is what it's going to look. See my sketch right here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit extrude. And I'm going to go, let's see which way our arrow is going. It's upward. I want it to go down, so I'm going to go with a negative number, negative 0.6 millimeters, which is next to nothing. But when I'm trying to line this up with my crosshairs on my laser, I can actually put them right here on the corner. And that's all that's for. But that's all there is to it. Square or round coasters, 4 inches. I'm going to go ahead and expand bodies, and I'm going to export this out as an. I'll hit OK here, save it to wherever we want. I'm just going to go ahead and save it right here, and I'll call that coaster jig. Now that just saves the STL. You may want to save it in Fusion as well. Up here, separate save. I'll save it in Fusion. We'll call it coaster jig. I have laser fixtures, so I'll just save it right there, and we're good. Let's go over to Creality Print. We'll bring it in there, we'll slice it, and we'll send it to the K1 Max. Okay, so while the jig prints, let's open up Lightburn and set up a coaster template to match our jig. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is draw a square. And this here is just my border. And I want this to be 224 by 224. This one here will be for aligning my crosshairs. Now I'm going to draw another square. And this one's going to be 102 by 102. And this here is our coaster. Next, I'm going to want a circle. And of course, that's going to be 102 by 102. And I'm going to select the circle, my small square. And I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to use the little bullseye, line them up dead center. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is pick my array. And what I want is my 10-inch padding. Here, you could go with the 112. In fact, let's do that. On my template, I got 112 between centers. So I can increase this too. And I got 112 over here, and I can increase that to 2. And there we go. We have our basic template. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to, okay, they're already all grouped. That's good. I want my group and I want my border. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to center them up. And that is our template. But we don't want to actually burn those lines. So I'm going to select everything. And I'm going to group them. Perfect. And let's change these while we're at it. I'm going to change those to a tool. There we go. So when we burn, obviously we won't burn that. And then what I do is I save this as a template. Anytime I'm working on coasters, I want to set one up, I'll just, for example, drag this file in. And I'll start by making it 102. Whoops, should have made that by 102. Undo that. Actually, I need the lock on. So I want my width to be 102. So then everything's proportional. There we go. And if you want, you can actually ungroup everything and just center up one. I'm not going to do that for this example. I'm just going to go ahead and drop this in. So if I'm doing a circle coaster, a round coaster, I'll work within just the confines of the circle. But if I want to do the square, then I got more room to play with. So it's up to you. In fact, let's group that. Ungroup one more level. There we go. So if I want this to be centered on that one, all I got to do is click the two of them, hit the center. I can group everything back up if I want, or I could just start finishing this off. And I'll just say we put some text in here. Call it or name. Change that. There we go. And we'll change the font to something a little classier. Yeah, you know what? Let's just leave it Arial black. Change the size a little bit. Here. Click that. And the square, use your range and align it vertically. Right. Now, once you have one coaster laid out, all you need to do is click on the objects. Hope I got them both. Start with this. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to group those two. And then I'll go back and I'll use an array on that as well, just like we did before. And this side, we're still at 112 for my spacing. There we go, just two. Perfect. And then what I would do from here is for my origin, I'm at current position, which is down here. That's the 224, not the 234. Remember when we drew that guide in Fusion? The center one, we made it 224 and a half, 223 and a half. That gave us a 1 millimeter line all the way around for aligning crosshairs. So this represents where our crosshairs would actually align with. So when we put our coasters in and we start our engraving, it's just going to hit these right here. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so it's time to test our jig. I'll be using the Creality Falcon 2 22-watt laser for this. It's a great laser and packs a lot of power. I'll post a link for this down in the description. Okay, so I'm going to set up my laser to use my jig. I'll be using a Creality Falcon 2 22-watt laser. I'm going to throw my jig in, and I'm going to take a regular level. And I'm going to butt that up against my laser head and make sure it's nice and flat. Then I'm going to take my jig, and I'm going to butt that up against the level. Now I know I'm perfectly square with the laser head in both the X and the Y direction. And while it's on there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop my coasters in real quick just for speed because I don't have to be delicate. If I bump anything, I can realign it real quick. Okay, so once the coasters are in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to want to focus the laser. So I'll just bring that up forward, and I'm going to, it's a little awkward with the camera here, just bump that up. I'm going to take my focus tool, and I'm going to go ahead and drop that down, tighten up the screws. Great. And now I'm going to turn on my crosshairs. And if you remember when we were doing the design, we put that little 1mm trough all the way around. I'm going to use the corner of that as my starting point. And as you can see, I'm right there. Everything's looking good. I'm going to turn that off. Let's go ahead and we'll send our file to the laser and see how it turns out. And that's it. We've designed, 3D printed, and tested a coaster jig. This simple tool will save you tons of time and frustration when engraving multiple coasters. Plus, you can design other jigs for different shapes and sizes and items. The possibilities are pretty much endless. I hope you found the information in this video useful. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe for more tips and tricks on 3D printing and laser engraving, all things creative. If you got any questions or you want to share your own designs, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Smash that bell so you'll be alerted to new content. Live your life one layer at a time. And again, please subscribe.